The MVP is very, very important, so make sure to click on that link and see, because, you know, this could be a 2-0 for Navi, or maybe NIP will take it. It is game number 2 with Gods and BSJ.
Prepare for battle.
Fight me!
A loss here for the Ninjas in Pyjamas would drop them down to 1 win, 3 losses, and boost Navi up to 3 wins, 1 loss. A very important match series. It's time for the moment of brilliance from NIP. Do you think this is the draft?
Yeah, we'll appreciate that one.
To highlight those moments of brilliance.
I'm going to be honest with you and be scared to say I think this is a very significant draft advantage for Navi. Even more so than those odds might indicate, to be honest with you. I think this is a glorious Razor game in terms of the 3 cores. You have the Razor versus TA matchup in the mid lane. I think, in my own experience, Bristleback is miserable to play against Razor. You kind of just get linked, and you never build items, you never do anything to be able to prevent that. Your hero does just naturally walk around and exist as a perfect target for Razor to just suck you dry. So I don't know. We'll see. I like Navi's draft a lot. I think they have to force the issue on NIP. Then they have this Medusa hero. I think they have enough playmakers to like do stuff in the mid game and not fall too far behind. The other game we saw Medusa, they didn't really have any playmaking, and that meant that they kind of just got ran over while the Medusa was farming, and I think that's not going to be the case here. I think Razor can go pretty much a right-click carry build as well, but more of like a frontliner build. If he gets that S&Y, Satanic kind of stuff, he's going to be real scary, as he should win the mid lane, a very well-known hard counter Razor versus the TA.
Yes, we will be probably keeping an eye on that matchup where Tanner should theoretically be struggling here. Razor already starting with that static link, of course, going for the first wave of harass and damage. So not an easy lane for the TA, and there, like you say, there's other good targets to link later in the game. The Bristle, even the Underlord. And speaking of Underlord, taking a lot of bullying and right-click early on from Elias's Ogre Magi. We'll see how Crystallized can fare. I mean, this doesn't sound like the scariest of lanes. Shaker with Underlord as far as pressuring a Medusa.
Yeah, Medusa's similar to Drow. She just needs a melee support that walks in front of her so she can't just get clicked and ran at by these melee heroes. So I think this goes in tandem with what I said about the Razor's game. I think Medusa should have a pretty solid lane, maybe not free farm, but she'll get what she needs out of it. And I think with a hero like Medusa, especially when it's not your overall last pick, if it's going to get the farm it needs, that's all you can really ask of it.
Like did PP go for the Chakra level 1 here? Wow. I was expecting him to go for a kill on Slayer with like a blinding light, but no, he's going for Chakra.
Yeah, with Bristle, it's not too crazy, right? You don't cost mana for yourself to Chakra him, and if he quills them, they just can't do anything. You notice how much damage Paja took there. It helps you push out the wave so that you can pull. And now he gets the blinding light himself. Has the headdress. May look to blinding light somebody here, but it's pretty short cast range, level 1. Attempting to go for the big camp pull. Will PPD have his own moment of brilliance here, as I got my own reference, and he does.
That's the highlight of his game so far, just a pull.
It looked pretty brilliant to me, Gods, and you don't need to sell them short. Thank you.
Condolences. I'm sorry, Peter. I shouldn't have done that.
I wonder if they should have considered blocking the big camp from the Navi side, just because Coddle Bristle can reliably zone when they pull. As you saw there, Dahak kind of just walked at them. Yeah, he took a little bit of damage, but they just denied 2 whole creeps to that big camp and forced Navi to take a bit more damage in order to contest. So maybe they'll look to try to make sure that doesn't happen again, but it's pretty tough to not have the lane shoved into you when you're dealing with Coddle Bristle. Those quills, they are coming.
Yep. Before it came to us, I mentioned this feels like a game we're going to be seeing a lot of farming, like Medusa, TA, Underlord, Bristle. These are heroes known for hitting creeps, farming stacks.
Well, we love to see. That's why we cast and watch professional Dota, Gods.
Who are the heroes to look out for? Who's going to be making the plays, making the big moves, or which team would you say is going to be needs to be more aggressive?
It has to be NIP making the moves, but at the same time, I think Navi is going to have plenty of proactive use of skills this game. With the Mars Arena, it does pretty much kill everybody on the side of NIP. They don't have like a Ember Spirit or some hero like a naturally get out of the arena and is not susceptible to it. As we see Blizzy running at Crystallize with a lot of bonus damage as well as that damage mitigation from his passive. And Crystallize is going to be forced to TP to his own tier 1. I don't know how I feel about that TP to the tier 1. You do have a salve on Ogre and 2 mangoes. So, he gets the salve popped.
Wow.
That's a yikes.
And his courier died. I don't know what was on that one.
Okay, suddenly, this lane that I said I thought Medusa was going to get everything she needed, they're going to get dove. There's 5 creeps. There's a shaker. He has fissure. And here it is.
Yeah, it's almost just better dying here, Crystallize. I think you just accept your fate.
though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, okay, don't die. I take everything back. But yeah, he needs to juke. He needs to jive. He starts right-clicking Milan into the tower.
You're just happy to get
so many
XP.
creeps. Yeah.
You just want the creeps to die, but he's going to get whacked.
Another whack. Blizzy gets stunned underneath the tower. Why does he do tower aggro? Nice play by Ilias timing that one. And that's going to push him back. So now he's actually getting some creeps.
I want to talk about tower aggro real quick. That was really smart by Crystallize. A lot of times you will try to run away, like maybe into your trees and everything. But as we see a potential engagement here at the rune, he doesn't have mana to TP, and he doesn't have meld. So he might just be dead.
Yeah, Razor's got boots, and Tanner's praying for help. He's got PPD coming, and...
No, barely. But, so tower aggro range is 500, so if the... Oh my god, bottom, they can't let me talk, as Milan goes on Crystallize again, doesn't have mana for Fissure, was actually 2 mana short, does get the first blood, though. It's 500 range, so if they're within 500 range and they issue an attack on the Medusa, then they'll draw aggro. So if he walks outside of that 500 range, then they would have been able to attack him without drawing the tower aggro. But he stayed really close to the tower, so they weren't willing to attack him, but he still died anyway. As we see Magical going top onto Dahak. This is what I mean. There's just so many juicy suck targets this game, as he will drain them all of their damage.
Yikes, yeah. Off to a good start on the Razor.
Just seems so free. Just walk around this game.
TA does have some good last hits. I'm not sure if that's all lane creeps or there's some jungle creeps in there as well.
TA will get hers. Yeah, it's mainly that TA is meant to dominate the lane, and so since Razor does end up getting everything he wants out of the lane and kind of just runs rampant on the map like you're seeing here. And they don't have any hero that's... Like, all of their heroes are vulnerable to Razor just doing what he just did. He can do that to the Underlord, he can do that to the Bristleback, he can even do that to the Shaker to some extent. And the Blinding Light from Coddle really is their only disengage that's reliable to break the link. And we'll have to see how that ends up setting the pace of the game for Navi, as Nine Pasha, he's looking, has Bulwark, or excuse me, God's Rebuke coming up, but it was a little bit on cooldown, gets Blinding Lighted away. He does have the Ring of Protection, so he has just a bit more armor.
Throwing out what damage he can in the top lane, but yeah, all 3 lanes, Navi getting some good farm. Even Medusa, who did end up dying, is still CS in there.
Here comes Magical.
Oh, once again, yep, having complete control of the lane needs also complete control of the runes, and finding a haste rune, one of the best runes you can imagine for a Razor.
I don't really see what they do about this ever, too. That's like the problem. I don't think this changes as the game goes on. He's probably going to go Treads, maybe just go straight SNY, maybe Yule's. I really like Yule's Razor, but I haven't been seeing too many Razors recently. He's going to miss some creeps underneath his own tower, but Bristleback, not a carry you want to be seeing that's level 4, 0-2, and 0 at 6.5 minutes, or almost 7 minutes into the game.
Is there a solution for this Bristle? Do you need to go into the jungle soon, or do you just got to stick that
stacks, and if they don't have stacks, which I actually don't know why PPD is not stacking. I think it's a pretty big deal that he's just kind of accepting what's happening to his right now. I would not deem this a moment of brilliance, Gods. As he's getting it in the action on the Hawk, he said, screw it, there's no farm, I'm going to walk at them. And I don't think this is exactly how we envision Bristleback walking at them. He has double bracer, so he's actually pretty tanky, but this is not ideal. Let's just say this. Blizzy is playing a hero that honestly doesn't want you to rotate to him. He just wants to do his own thing in this lane. And so now all of a sudden they just have a Bristleback as well as an Underlord in the bottom lane, and I think... Navi, is Tanner going to get him? Oh, the side blade attack.
Yeah, it's over Razor game.
Yeah, he almost got him there.
All right.
Navi's just chilling in the other lanes, though. They are going to respond to this accordingly, because they're like, why? I guess we'll respond to this level 5 Bristleback. He's only level 5, and he's just going to kill him again. Die? Yeah.
Crystallize gets this kill. Milan will get a revenge kill. Takes out Slayer. Crystallize taking quite a bit of damage. This beefy Underlord. Maybe a little bit happier now with all the damage he's accruing. He's Threatening Crystallize, charging in. Blizzy wants another kill, but Magical going to be the one showing up.
Force him, yeah. That's a good one to force the rotation from Magical. As Tanner, he's actually out leveling Magical here.
He's having a much freer lane because of how much Magical is roaming around, which is somewhat his job this game, I think. More so than others, when you have a Medusa on your team, you need to be a bit more active.
Yeah, I think what Magical's doing is fine, and Tanner's doing a good job of capitalizing on it. And I don't think he's overdoing anything on Magical. He's just so strong. Like, you have to gauge whether or not losing out on that XP mid is worth it. And since his impact in these rotations is so high, like right now, he's just going to bully them away again. Putting himself in the lane, like at this point, TA's Refraction does a pretty good job of mitigating the damage you're draining from her. So you also die to traps plus a rotation. And Slayer is just taking over the mid lane, but they are going to potentially lose the mid tower as Arena is popped in order to kill Peter.
Do you think this is Peter's job now, just to kind of stick it out of the top lane?
Absolutely. If it almost becomes Blizzy's job though, because he doesn't have Illuminate on Keeper of the Light.
Nice rotation. Milan
level 6 on Earthshaker.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic game.
Holy crap! He's got 800 gold towards a blink.
Yeah, with the first blood and everything else, and the arcane boots. We're seeing a lot of like brown boots or tranquil boots Shaker, but he's
the breadwinner of this game. Actually, I didn't realize how good he was doing. That might be a real difference maker for them here.
He's more net worth than the Underlord for a second there. And they're going to charge it with the Necrosign. They bring down Magical. That's a huge kill to get. The Razor goes down. Navi looking to see what they can find in retaliation, but they lose their mid T1 tower. PPD with a blinding light to push him away too.
Maybe this has been over a rotation from Magical.
Yeah.
Is under attack.
Suddenly Crystallize TP'd mid, and he's going to take the lane. They don't really have any independent cores on Navi. Like Razor as well as Mars kind of need to play with the team, as we see another initiation instantly shreds him from Tanner.
With the haste rune, Tanner's just charging in, getting kill after kill after kill.
Okay.
He's on a dominating streak. Needs to be careful not to lose that one. Those streaks give up quite a bit of gold these days, and you can see NFP feeling good. They're giving him the tips. They're like, dude, you like against the Razor? It doesn't look like it. You're crushing it.
This Bristleback's game looks disastrous, but he's going to have all the time in the world to just chill.
Yeah.
He's got a jelly on Bristle. That feels good. And the Faded Brooch. Actually, the dream items for Bristle in the early game. Even give him the Tome. He's going to be level 8 now.
Nice.
That's something more support should be wary of. If your core has a really bad game and you've already gotten your level 6, just give it to him, guys. Like, come on. You don't need level 7 compared to that core needing those extra bit of levels. Usually when your game's looking good at support, your carry's either absolutely free farming or their game got trashed. So if it's the latter, consider giving them that Tome.
It's going to help out Bristle's game as Navi
they're smoked.
A move of their own. Magical seems to be the bait. He's farming the neutrals here under dire trap vision, but
this game got out of hand fast. They're already down by 4,000 net worth.
Yeah, Navi rotate in. There's an ancient stack here that they were trying to go for here. He manages to get pushed forward by the cookie, but doesn't actually hit him with the stun. And now Pasha could be in some trouble. He gets the spear with the Arena. Now they're going to drop the Snapfire ultimate now to try and spit those fire globs onto them. Not really enough damage. Yeah, Tanner survives through it all.
As well.
Yep, Cuddle pulls him in with the Will-O-Wisp. They lose Slayer, and Tanner blinks back in, looking to get some more follow-up kills. Pasha turns to face him with the TP, will survive.
Crystallize is farming, but so is Milan, as he has 200 gold from a blink. This is like a 13-minute blink dagger for a support Earthshaker. Double damage rune, easy.
Easy jungle farm now.
Yeah, that's the best jungling double damage I've ever seen.
I saw that and I was like, okay, maybe he'll leave for a TA, but he's all about his own life right now.
I think that's fine as Shaker, right? One of the few supports that can really change the game with one item.
Yes, and we'll be seeing that momentarily. And for Navi, it feels like they're going to be looking just to fall back and try and secure this Medusa's game, because things haven't quite gone according to plan. Down 4k gold, just 12 minutes in. A lot of that is just the support. If you look at the cores alone, this game is even.
The Hawk is no mana.
Yeah.
You have to be careful of chasing because of Tanner here, though.
Not going to go down.
He needs that Yule's on Magical, otherwise he kind of just dies to TA. There's a trap. It's a trap.
TA. Not going to commit the blink.
Well, he stacks the value.
No, it depends who for. If Tanner takes it, then
I didn't specify. It's fine.
Crystallized being body blocked here in the mid lane.
Who's going on who?
Yeah, it seems a bit unclear. PPD gets caught by the slow in. There we go. They're going on the bristle. He gets speared into the Mars Arena and Magical. Oh, getting cookie forward. Doesn't hit the stun, so the Fizz is going to allow Tanner to disengage from the static link.
They do have Blink Echo.
And yes, Blink Echo online. Just a 3k gold lead now. Given that, I mean, is this really like a 3k gold lead when it's just the support net worth? Like, the cores are even. Is this game going...
It changes the game a lot.
Okay.
Because the Shaker is a threat, which him being a threat makes it so that the TA can be more aggressive on the map with her farming than somebody like the Mars, because he's scared of potentially getting ganked. As you see, he's going to just drag the creeps instead of hitting the tower. He's scared of a potential rotation, and that's going to... just it's hard to see it, right? It's kind of like Chen He in fights. It's like, you know, you don't really see it. You don't see the sustain unless it happens to save somebody that one time, but it does keep the team topped off in a way that changes the game significantly. And I think with Shaker having this blink, he's just going to be playing off map. They're going to be constantly looking for stuff, and that threat of the Echo is almost as powerful as the Echo itself. As they're rotating.
Did scatter. They had a sentry ward in the mid lane, so they've seen this Invis Shaker and almost certainly would have seen the blink dagger on him.
Yeah, he uses the cookie in an attempt to escape.
No sir.
Mars is here though. This might be bad for MP.
Yeah, slow.
No arena for
buying a lot of times when that arena comes back up, gets speared into the side here. And 9 Pasha, he's like you said, his arena's coming back up. He's out of mana though for the time being here. Charging him forward with Crystallize. He's got these stone gates, so he's going to try to lock him in place. The Mortimer's Kiss is raining on down, doing some good damage, and they managed to stone up PPD. He's in way too deep, gets caught in the arena. Double kill for Magical. And
Lizzie ulted in. I thought he was ulting out.
Yeah, they punish a big overextension. Tanner's waiting on the high ground. It's a bait this time. A trap in NIP's favor. As Tanner will get himself a kill, and now a second. Good Crystallize. Tanner blinks forward, but the damage just isn't there with that.
That's Medusa, man. Oh,
yeah.
Does break the link, though.
That's important, but Tanner still getting fairly low. 5 more seconds before another refraction, but does have the trap on the high ground.
We've talked about this. Medusa Mana Shield does not care about reductions, so it doesn't matter if you Meld Strike a Medusa. It just doesn't change very much. So he's got to be a little bit more wary of the fact that he like hits the Medusa and it just Meld Strikes for like 50 damage. It's just underwhelming for the most part.
Some nice items coming out. Implore the Dragon Scale on the dire side. As Tanner going to blink in. Nice cookie away. Slayer's been very annoying on this Snapfire, that's for sure. Every time I see him, he's just jumping around, avoiding ganks, helping out teammates.
This man is an experienced dead lane farmer. He knows to cookie himself to safety non-stop as he's been cowering on the side. He's actually forcing that fight bottom for his team to be beneficial, and they played around it really well because he didn't get caught. So props to Slayer here. He's doing that with third from the bottom on net worth, which is pretty impressive, all things considered. As Tanner almost done with the Deso, Philosopher's Stone for the Ogre, who's working on poverty mode right now. He's got a Windlace Orb of Venom. That's the inventory of a real champ. This is the real winner for the team here. As Ilias is going to get that delivered, I assume.
It says boots on the way.
No.
Something.
Oh, he has an Iron Tree.
Boots live.
Who's getting the... Okay, they gave it to Sapphire. Slayer, you greedy bastard. You're like double his net worth, bro.
Well, I guess they want to really just give what fun they can between the two supports to the one support, the 4 position. Poor Ogre, he's just going to be a Bloodlust bot as this game develops. Has gone for the max Bloodlust build, and when you've got a Medusa Razor on your team, that Bloodlust is pretty potent.
What is this Bristlebag build? He's kind of got a smorgasbord going here. He's got a casual chainmail, he's got a hood, he's got double bracer, he's got an Ogre axe queued up.
What would you like to see?
It looks like a blade mail. That's what I wanted to see.
Nice.
Not really, though. I guess he's going against the Snapfire as well as the Razor, but Razor's already got a Yules to dodge the damage, and he's also queuing up that BKB, which no longer means you take damage from the blade mail.
Like at least when you hit the Ogre Club, I was expecting something like a Halberd for the disarm against Medusa. the case. Magical getting slowed down. The trap's getting dealt with as well as a double damage room. That's huge for both Roshan and potentially this team fight. 9 Pasha needs to be careful. Turns, drops the ball, gets cookied back into them. There's 9 Pasha just so slow, getting kited around here. Ilias hiding in a little nook and cranny there. He's going to throw out some fire blasts. It looks like TA just wants to deal with Roshan with this double damage. The Mystic Snake goes through into the pit, catches out the TA and Roshan. So Crystallize getting a nice boost in health. Navi looking to continue the standoff around the pit. What can they do here? They've got the arena. They're looking for an opening to go in and catch a few in this one. They're going to pull in the Will-O-Wisp. PPD starts the fight up. They go with the Stone Gaze down the Medusa. Medusa losing most of her mana, though. She's going to be very, very careful. Crystallize pops the one that they've taken out the TA. They've dealt with the double damage TA. The Blink Echo Slam does damage to the Ogre, but there's no follow-up. And NIP have already lost their key damage dealers. And Navi
to Crystallize a boss. He just walked in like he didn't give a crap. He didn't have Manta yet. Like, when you have carries in the North American region that are 300 item, and they just say, nah, we're going to fight now, as they actually buy back on the Echo Slam list.
Roche is so low.
Earthshaker.
Really, even just a Fisher, they're hoping they can contest this one. They're cookie on forward with the Static Link. It's going to steal a lot of damage. The Blinding Light, they just can't break the Static Link.
He could have clumsy netted him instead, actually.
Oh, and then he would have been able to still right-click him during it. And elsewhere, Crystallize secures the Aegis for the team. Manta style online as well, level 14, and suddenly things go from pretty okay to not so great for NIP.
This is my concern. It's just 1 or 2 bad fights by NIP and it's hard to win the game. And it's kind of seeing a rinse and repeat of last game, as they do pick off Mars. He is pretty squishy on 9 Pasha to the TA Deso. He's only got 11 armor, and Meld Strike plus Deso is 14. So 11 minus 14, quick math, that's -3 gods.
We'll take another look at this team fight. Crystallizes moment as he just charges in. We'll see it
boss
soon.
mode.
What happened to Milan? That's what I'm curious about, because it felt like he could not get off a Echo Slam. We'll take another look at it later as Crystallize is getting jumped on. He's got the Aegis, but NIP feeling like they can take a fight here, but they don't want to overcommit. They're leaving just the Bristle. Elsewhere, the Mars Arena is keeping the backlines of NIP locked in place. It's the Earthshaker who's barely staying alive for now and actually manages to blink away, so he's going to survive. And 9 Pasha, Mars is maybe paying the price for this one. They lost the Bristle back. The cookie. Mars dead for 70 seconds. I believe that's a dieback from previously. He's statically taking a lot of damage. The Mortimer's Kids is raining on down. Blizzy's like, let's get the hell out of here. Takes PPD with him, but they lose both TA and Bristle for it.
That's disaster. I mean, TA is just not a hero that can afford to die like this. Number 1 net worth.
Yeah.
The cookie stun caught him off guard, and I'm telling you, you want to see why you don't pick Bristle into Razor, or why Razor just owns this hero?
Here's the fight from before.
He just gets drained for everything.
And Milan throws out the Fissure. Didn't want to go in with the Blink Echo Slam once that Mars Arena was there. Was waiting his time for this. And felt like he needed to go in earlier to try and save that TA, perhaps.
It's hard to know when to go against these beefy guys. Yeah. The Mars, the Medusa, the Razor. It's not exactly straightforward, as Magical is actually getting chased down by a TA trap that was in the jungle, setting up for this kill. Gets cookied into 2, but Yules is up the Bristle. He's running. He's on the move. TA trap again, really screwing him over here and set up the kill in the first place. Tanner blinks in mid, showing that he's alone, but Mars as well as Razor are both dead, so it looks like they're not going to be able to do anything with that. As Crystallize working on the BKB next, does TP into the mid lane, or TP's to the tier 3, okay. Mars TP tier 2, no Blink Dagger. Mars is queuing up the Halberd. Pretty good against TA. Pretty much the only item that makes him not instantly die. Might he get the spear out of Fog? Does!
Spears under the tree.
And nothing.
Navi happy to play a slower, more patient game. We saw it last game where they weren't looking to pull ahead. They were waiting to hit their item timings and then go guns blazing, charging into NIP for a big team fight. It feels like same thing again this game. Wait for Medusa to get a couple of items. Razor's also dead. And TA hero known for somewhat falling off after a strong early game.
Takes the 20 evasion on Medusa. I didn't realize this hero has a 20% evasion talent at level 10. That's pretty good, actually.
I feel like a lot of Agi carries get this 20% evasion.
Yeah, Terrorblade, PL. Any others you can think of?
Those were the 2 that came to mind, to be honest.
Wow. You're welcome.
I think there is, I mean, then you have Lifesteal who gets it at level 20.
Yeah.
It's the Agi heroes are like, oh, you're an Agi hero, we'll give you some evasion. You know, that fits with your Agi theme.
what happened was they all started as like 10% evasion, and then everyone's like, well, I am just farming at this stage in the game. I have no desire to have 10% evasion. And then they're like, well, I guess we'll give you an evasion talisman for free. And they're like, fine, fine.
Yeah. It's like an investment for the future because very much doesn't help you until mid to late game. We'll see the GG bet odds there, favoring Navi, perhaps slightly more so than earlier before. And that's despite a gold deficit, so feeling like they've got the heroes. They've the recipe to turn this game around. They're going to smoke out here underneath a ward. It wasn't scouted out by NIP. It was their own Radiant ward, it looks like. They've done the dewarding.
You can't do this against Razor.
Cookie on forward with Static Link. Razor's trying to play this one a little bit carefully, and they're just going to...
Oh, get the... Oh, okay, they canceled.
Yeah, I think they realized, like, wait a second, this is a
not
bit
that
overkill.
Bad. Yeah.
But now, no Dark Rift for this upcoming team fight.
The fact that 9 Pasha has no blink makes it a bit awkward for Navi to start fights. They do have a Bristleback who's just going to be in front of you anyways, so the target kind of presents itself. He does have the Blade Mail. I think the idea is he's going to get Mars Arena'd and speared and Snapfire ultied, so he just wants that initial burst to at least dish out the equivalent damage that he's taking. And if you're facing back, the Blade Mail dishes the damage back before reductions, so if he's getting that 40% damage reduction from his passive, he's still dishing out full damage back to them. So it is pretty impactful in that way, but they smoked up. 9 Pasha.
Turns and doesn't want to face him, but TA blinks behind. Now the spear into the wall. 9 Pasha's got back up with message ring. He stays alive.
He's so tanky.
Tanner just gets deleted. The Huck still trapped in the arena as well.
The Blade Mail. This is why I think Blade Mail on like non-hit heroes is just not very good.
So all the fissure coming and the Huck. This is where they wish they had that Dark Rift to get the hell out of here. Not using it, but the Stone Gaze trying to run in front of him to get the stun. Crystallize, unable to succeed in doing so. Yeah, he survives through it all. Does Razor just forget to use the clumsy net there? Is that?
No, he actually used it at the very end, but it was just irrelevant. I think he could have used it earlier, and it would have been much more impactful. But it really is hard to use neutral items that are active targetable items in the current meta. Like when they added the extra hockey slot.
Yeah, it takes
for me, and I've heard other players talk about it too. Yep. You've been playing Dota for 15 years, you don't have that 7th hockey. The Hawk's getting pretty tanky though, as this Bristleback.
Much better spot than he was earlier, so we'll see if Navi will run into some Bristleback problems.
Queuing up the Rapier, Crystallize.
Okay. Do you think this is warranted?
I can dig it.
Okay.
I'm wondering if they're going to consider Silver Edge on anybody. Just against the Underlord Bristle seems pretty good.
They are starting to have some damage problems in these fights.
Yeah.
It feels like, so.
They are massing armor, though. The problem with this NIP lineup is, even though they have Shaker, most of their damage is physical. So you can just get this Vlad's Medallion on 9 Pasha, and it's going to mitigate a lot of damage over time if they keep getting these armor items. As we said, armor counters minus armor, guys. So we need that AC eventually. Maybe Razor will consider it. He is. Wow. Magical. You and I are mind melded, sir. And Titan Sliver found by Medusa. It is 26 minutes, so the new items coming out. Let's see. We got any of them for anybody? Wait. Blizzy, man. Blizzy. You don't have a neutral item, buddy.
Is it coming on the courier?
27 minutes in the game, bro.
Surely it's just coming out of the courier or something.
No, it's all 5 couriers are in base.
We'll see what happens with that one. But 9 Pasha, he's got Crystallized with him, but that is not the arena was hoping for. Magical gets Blink Echo, doesn't get a chance to use a BKB, gets blown up. Great play from Milan.
They have buybacks.
Yeah, they're going to fissure, lock Crystallized outside of his base. It gets a cookie to try to push him out, but he gets pulled back in, and now he drops the BKB Stone Gate. He's going to turn and fight with the Mortimer's Kisses. PPD doesn't stand a chance against that one, but unfortunately for Navi, they don't get any more kills other than the fight position, so really good outcome from NIP, who get a buyback out of it.
Wow. I guess at this point, Razor's linking TA, it's just underwhelming because he has no armor. He needs to buy that plate mail. He just gets hit by TA during the duration, and he actually just dies too fast to get the effective amount of damage stolen.
NIP definitely showing some fight fight here as they play on the enemy side of the map, and a perfectly timed rotary spawn right as Tanner was headed that way. Could see NIP get themselves their second Roche of the game.
Queued up the MKB against that evasion talent from the Medusa. Annoying to have to itemize against that, but probably worth it if I had to imagine. They have no other evasion on the entire squad. Maybe he'll consider a Daedalus instead, but we'll see.
Recognizing that at some point, yeah, that evasion is going to become a problem.
Maybe he's assuming Medusa might go Butterfly as well, and if he doesn't have the MKB at that time, and things get a little weird. Medusa's level 20 talents are seemingly underwhelming. The Stone Gaze duration is okay, I think, because now you get that movement speed. It almost gives you, like, that's more so important than anything else.
Crystallize runs into a smoke.
That's not the target you want.
Yeah, they blink backwards. Normally you smoke up, you find a hero, you blink onto them for some stuns, but Crystallize, whoa.
That seems a bit
Stone Gaze
panicky.
and BKB TP out. Yeah, you had to use the BKB with the Shaker coming in, and...
Huh. Well, there you go. BKB old forced.
All right, Medusa has the Demon Edge. Relic queued up, see if there's any item locking or if Crystallize just goes all out for the Rapier without an Aegis. Because Aegis Cheeser on NIP and pressure's on for Navi.
Nope, Magical might be in some trouble of his own. They could use Will-O-Wisp to cancel his TP if he doesn't BKB. They already used the root from Underlord, though, who still doesn't have a neutral item. Blizzy! Blizzy! Sorry, I'm done.
New Steam achievement. Win a Dota game without a neutral item.
Oh, really? Okay, I gotta do that in my next game. That's why all my teammates were doing it.
Yep. Unlock some Dota trading cards or something on your Steam profile.
Oh, that's what it's all about, the Dota trading cards.
Like 10 bounty hunter ones, I'm pretty sure.
I think I have way more than 10.
Yeah. Every time I see them there, I'm like, that's a lot of bounty hunters. Like, what's the deal with these bounty hunters?
It's like Razor, Bounty Hunter,
Yeah,
Tide
Razor.
Hunter, Tiny. Those are the ones that... Good stuff.
Those were something I was like added probably when
Vengeful Spirit.
Dota 2 first came out and never got updated.
I still get more. Yeah, you still get them randomly. Some of them are holographics. They're worth like 30 cents. It's pretty hype.
Yep.
If you guys are having some struggling times and during the quarantine, feel free to make sure you don't have any leftover savings in your Dota 2 trading card collection. Could definitely get you at least a piece of bubblegum with those. Sorry.
They don't sell bubblegum on the Steam store, Brian.
Well, I'm saying, you know, you can somehow get it out in the real world. Yeah.
That's the value of it. If you sell enough, you know, you could get some BZZ Pugna sets, maybe.
True.
That's probably what it's.
And that's investment in the future, because we all know in the future, those are going to be worth millions.
Yep. When BZZ wins TI, they're going to be wishing you had those Pugna sets.
Mark our words now. Please clip it and ship it till when he wins TI.
Here we go. Who's this game favoring right now? Who you feeling? Are you still gung-ho about Navi, or is things swinging the other way?
Getting less and less gung-ho. The fights are a bit awkward for them now. The no blink Mars makes their initiation very telegraphed. Like, they have to just walk at you, you know? And they have the proper responses. The Shaker, the Coddle. If you don't catch them with their pants down, then I don't see how NIP ever really gets bursted at this stage, because you saw, like, the way they were winning fights in the mid game was Razor just walking in and linking them. But now that TA has Blink Deso, the Earthshaker has Blink Echo, and these enough items and levels are coming out for NIP's lineup, they can kill this Razor if he just does that. So I'm really looking towards this Blink timing for Mars, as he has it queued up as one of his 3 choices.
You'd like to see it as the next item he buys before anything else?
Yeah, I really think it's the only item that changes anything. The other items make him tanky and they're nice, but there's luxury items and there's items that change the game. Luxury items mean that you already think you could do your job and you just want to do it better, and other items such as Blink are things that say, I need to do my job better, like differently. Like, I need to be able to add a different dimension to my game. And this Solar Crest is just a beef up item. Same with Halberd. While Blink actually allows his team to get the initiation that I think they really desperately need right now.
All right, well, NIP have got Navi bottled up in their base, which is a good sign for NIP of a 7k gold lead that's building up and up as they farm the map, farm all 3 lanes, farm the enemy jungle. You can see there it's been a steady decline in NIP's favor on the graphs.
That looks like my bank account right now.
That's a sad sight then in that case, Brian.
Yeah. Too real? back to the game.
You got to sell some more of those trading cards. It sounds like you've been hoarding them.
Well, I already bought all the BZD Pugna sets I could find.
Oh,
so I don't really see the point of selling any more of my trading cards.
Yeah.
Kind of just a stalemate going on here.
Medusa's trying to get that relic, it looks like, with the courier on the side. But there's a dire observer ward, so it looks like they have an idea of what's going on. They're even pinging this, so... This is the let's find the courier observer ward. Don't want to go losing any rapiers. It will just be a relic on the courier since he's already got the demon head separately. And has the money for it now as well. What level do you get the courier shield? Is that level 20?
The courier what?
The shield.
Yeah, 20.
Okay.
It is indeed level 20. It's hard to keep up with all that stuff sometimes because they made it so couriers could use items at a certain level and then they stopped that.
Yep.
But yes, it is still level 20 for the shield.
Zooms it over the trees.
Zip, zap, zooming it.
We're free. Off the side of the map.
That's OP. I wish I could do that. He believes he can fly. Gods.
Again, the courier sure as hell can. It's now. You can't fly in your alley, you're doing something wrong.
That is absolutely true. Some of them are a little bit less believable, but that one, it adds up. You know, the math checks out.
It's no BTS Elgato courier. We have a flying cat with a cake.
I think everyone dreams of that, so that's appealing to the emotion rather than reason, you know? And that's respectable in and of its own right.
The blink. There's the blink. It comes in on Blizzy. He goes for the anti-hit, but he gets silence.
Yeah, the Mindbreaker.
Mindbreaker, nice.
Yeah, usually that 1.5 second silence isn't that big of a deal, but that specific case was quite nice.
Not quite the old Mindbreaker, the 2.5 second silence. Which
what do you mean? When it came out, it was 4 seconds.
4? Oh,
yeah, when it came out, it was 4.
Oh, God, that's insane.
That item was stupid. You'd literally just be like a Storm Spirit, and they'd have no way to kill you, and then you just die to a Mindbreaker, 4 second silence. Then they nerfed it to like 2, 2.5 or something, and then they nerfed it again to...
Yeah, 1.5. Sometimes feels a little lackluster, but...
It just makes it so they can't instantly react like a Lion Hex or, you know, Underlord instantly ulting or Underlord laying down his root.
Yep.
That's all it does, and that's nice, right? It changes things a bit, but like if you're a split pusher, you're probably not going to die to a 1.5 second stun, as opposed to a 4 second stun for free.
And it's nice because while doing that, it also gives you some bonus magic right-click damage, so it's like a more balanced item.
Yeah, they've done a good job of equaling out the power level, except for Orb of Destruction. That item's pretty stupid. As Tanner scouts out, does just TP away though. No shaker around to cancel that TP.
So Rapier was combined and built, crystallized. As the Master go with it, throws in some lifesteal. Of course, this has definitely been seen by NIP as we just saw that trap underneath the Medusa being popped. And Crystallize wanting to finish off a Satanic ideally to go with this Rapier.
Yeah, the level 25 talent pretty big for that as well because you lifesteal off of your split shot. And as long as you are attacking, you generally do not die as Medusa.
NIP, despite having seen this Rapier, still trying to play aggressive. They're smoked up behind the Bristleback here in the mid lane. As Crystallize coming back to defend is the bottom lane. Tanner has to be careful. Some de-wadding in the end. 8k gold lead, 15 kills to 18. Very important game for NIP.
Oh, the butt spear! Yes! I don't know if it didn't work, but that was the highlight for me.
They died for it. No, he gets forced up out.
No, they respect him too much to kill him after that beautiful execution of button pressing.
Like if he can do that, what else can he do then?
Yeah, he's a real wild card. He's a madman. Don't mess with him. He's got the craggy coat. He's actually he's got 40 armor, I think, on Mars. Yeah, 40 armor. He has a talent, he has a medallion, he has a Vlad, it's a craggy coat, phase boots. It's a lot of armor. And the AC to boot on top of that within the fights will be even more.
Slayer doing what he can to push out lanes, something that the old Snapfire is pretty good at with the cookie and shotgun blast.
Did take the scatter blast damage talent. This is the fissure. Slayer, he sees the fissure. Yes, I believe they know he's here.
And they will confirm it.
Run, sir.
Yeah, he may be able to creeps. So, oh my gosh, his team meanwhile take out PPD. Bristle's in the trees here, and it looks like they maybe consider going for the Bristle, who are already TP out. So Magical charging forward doesn't look like we'll find. Oh, may find the TA back in the mid lane.
They first time outside of their base in a while for Navi. The scenery's nice. Looks like the same as they left it for the last 15 minutes or so.
Unfortunately, you leave your base and suddenly you've got some, you know, leaks and stuff that needs addressing back at home. Some creeps chipping at your door.
That's really nice, actually. They now know there's a ward there from the dire sign because those creeps chased TA all the way up into our own jungle. That's something you learned in the Jenkins Dota video that I saw. If the creeps chase you, that means they see you. And if the creeps see you, they don't just have random sight. They have the ward on the Radiant side. So PBD pings that out immediately, or somebody on the dire side, and it will be almost instantly dewarded, I'm sure.
PBD's been watching the Jenkins videos, do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Top tower is under attack.
Nothing else would explain his support prowess and his moments of brilliance.
PBD needs some help with the warding, I'm sure. He's
very true.
Not had much experience.
He hasn't won TI in about 4 years, so he's definitely slacking.
Yeah, that sounds like washed up to me.
Me too. He's won as many TIs as I have in the last 4 years.
There you go. That's
real washed up.
I don't know if that's speaking to how well you've done over the last 4 years, or
let's just leave it at that, you know. As we see a potential Roche engagement, it is an Ag Scepter.
Navi just picked up an AC and the Satanic on Crystallize, so they are a whole lot stronger right now. And
this Aegis for the Rapier is incredibly important.
And there's also a Titan Sliver on the Medusa, so that's more bonus damage, but importantly, status and magic resist, so more damage block coming out on the Medusa. This is an amazing item, better than probably all the tier 4 items for carries some of the time.
I'd prefer a leveler for sure. Dish it out. As Dahak walks up the high ground, I don't know about that.
TA's in the Roche MP.
Okay, he's making some space. Yeah. They have to get through this frontliner.
TA's killing this fast.
There's okay.
I don't think Navi realized how fast Roche is going down.
Ag Scepter for who? Shaker? Shaker gets the Ags.
Nice.
It's honestly a pretty underwhelming Ags in comparison to what it used to be, but still very good. Connell's actually building an Ags of his own.
Spear into Hawk, Crystallize. Gotta be a little bit careful here on the front lines.
He's no Aegis, just cheese, and he's Spirit Vessel.
Hoga suns him to the Lotus Orb. Cookie on back, Magical, trying to zone them away. Tanner with the Aegis, might expect him to be going in soon. We'll see what he can muster up as Navi decide maybe we're gonna retreat to the safety of our base. This TA is massive. Tanner, MKB dataless, BKB left in the backpack for now while the Aegis is there. Surely to be slotted in should she need it for her second life. They'll sometimes limit what you can do, because sometimes you may want that BKB for that first life when you jump in. Definitely a scenario where Tanner can get kited heavily.
Yeah, the net worth lead just keeps growing. It is a bit deceiving because that Ag Scepter synth is worth 6k net worth, so ignoring the Ags, it is 6k less than what it says up at the top. Earthshaker has actually skyrocketed in the charts on the left side here. He almost doubles his net worth, going from 10 to 16,000 as he's jumping from place to place. He's got a Lotus Orb. That's pretty nice. Against the Razor, they now have 2 of those. Flicker for TA. That's also nice.
You think TA holds on to it?
I probably would myself.
Okay.
I think movement speed plus the ability to dodge the over ignite and stuff like that is actually really relevant. Yep. Right. But he elects to go damage, so how boring and predictable.
We'll see more of those tier 4 items popping up fairly soon, I imagine. NIP with full control of the jungle will likely look to farm those out. It's definitely something that could have an impact on this game here as we enter the later stages. We've had some longer games today, and Navi definitely a team not unaccustomed to late game Dota.
Are they really not going to hold on to the flicker on anybody? 40 movement speed is so much. Even if you just drop it in
item. Where's Blizzy at?
He has a Havoc Hammer. He's online.
Right, we're good.
He has noticed he didn't have one. Illusionist Cape, not a good item here.
No, not ideal. I guess TA, you can swap it in and out of your backpack maybe, or just hold on to it straight up. Decides it's worth it just to push out some lanes perhaps, or maybe try and bait with the illusion. But often what you'll see when it's a bad Illusionist Cape game is whoever the carrier is will just backpack it and slot it in and out.
Yeah.
Use it for some scouting or kind of pseudo pushing a lane.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The illusion does get side blades, it just doesn't do very much damage.
Yep. See it in action here.
He's not even microing it.
Not side blading.
What a nub. Does get like 4 CS though. Super exciting standoff we got here.
Yeah, Navi just
I'm at the edge of my
trapped in
seat.
their base.
Yep.
NIP with Aegis do not want to go high ground because it's Medusa, it's Mars, it's, you know, Mortimer's Kisses. There's a lot of big ultimates that you're pushing into.
But who doesn't like Grandma's Kisses? Gods.
Navi apparently, well, sorry, NIP apparently, since they're the ones staying away from them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm learning a lot about Peter as we see his documentary.
Not a grandma's boy?
Yeah, he's not a grandma's boy.
He wouldn't mind Grandma's Kisses, but Mortimer's the dragon that Grandma's riding around on, I guess. Is that?
She's an extension. They're
lore?
an extension of one another.
Okay.
Yes, like they come in a package deal. You can't just take the things you love about your grandma, but not the things you don't. You know, it's not how it works. Unconditional. As Prince's Knife for TA does elect to take that. I don't mind that at all. Yep. Having that instant stun, I guess it's not that great because you have meld dash.
Yeah, it's like they'll overlap almost.
Yeah. You could hit and then meld dash.
Okay.
Seems inefficient though.
Yep. Navi holding the high ground. What's the play here? TA rapier of her own.
Goes for the butt spear, misses it.
So we're seeing some. Is Crystallized going to get another rapier? Is that the play for Medusa, by the way?
He's going Daedalus. I have to imagine it might be more damage to have a Daedalus and a rapier than it is to have two rapiers. He does have the split shot, uses modifiers now, so that goes up in value, the Crystallis.
Yep.
Since they removed they lessened the bonus damage from Crystallis, but they made it a higher chance to crit. It does synergize very well with the bonus damage from the rapier.
Makes sense. Well, we'll see what NMP can do with this TA rapier, and they're not pushing high ground with Aegis, so they've got to be careful. Tanner really would like this game not to drag too much long. He's very squishy if he ever gets stunned or caught out, and things like Ogre Fire Blast could just multicast burst him down, so not an easy game for him to play out, which is why even with Aegis, he's not going for any kind of a high ground push or play.
Wow, he did. He hits for a lot on TA. That's about 700 damage. And with a crit built in, with the minus armor.
Yep.
When will the Clash of the Titans happen here?
It feels like this is the build-up, you know. That
does somebody have time to go to the bathroom? Like, are we chilling here?
If you're talking about you,
no, not me.
You don't get bathroom breaks.
No, I'm talking about the viewers at home.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'm sure they're asking themselves, like, I don't want to miss the action. I've been sitting here for the last 20 minutes. When do I get to see something? And I'm asking your expertise, gods.
Oh my!
To help them out.
It could happen soon because Navi may make a play with Aegis down. I can see that happening.
Okay.
Percent
chances, so they know.
They're getting the Daedalus. I would say there is a...
This is for a friend.
25% chance we're about to see some big action in the next 2 minutes.
25%. Are you guys feeling lucky, chat? Because I hope you are, because I am just waiting for
I love Navi's couriers flying in from the side. Yeah.
They're on a covert mission.
GG branch is being dropped. Who's got a GG branch this late in the game?
The Ogre? Yeah, he does.
Oh my.
Can you multicast that? I better hope you can.
Surely there's something better than a GG branch.
Can we check their new...
They haven't got their tier 4s, I don't think. Yet none of their tier 4 items. They haven't left their base. But, you know, Vambrace or...
Oh, that's true. They haven't left base. I'd probably prefer a Faded Brooch than 6 all stats.
Yep.
Or even a net. Really, the net is a 1-to-1 better item.
Yes.
Except for the GG trees, which is important mental damage for sure.
Yeah, let's say, is there any place he can make with the GG tree and it's perhaps just cycled? Here's the 25%. They smoke out. Here we go, Brian. Game on. Navi looking for a jump. Milan. They don't have good vision, and Milan gets away.
Very exciting. That's as they do accrue some neutral items. Magical hitting the Ancients, gets the ninja gear.
Okay, that's the important thing.
Yep.
Getting this kind of ninja gear on like a Mars or something.
Minotaur horn. That's nice for the Mars.
Yeah.
If he doesn't think he needs the Craggy. That Craggy's pretty value as well.
Even just giving something like that to an Ogre and say, you know, do you want a mini BKB? Okay, it's got an essence ring. He's upgrading. He's gone from tier 1 to tier 2. Well, let's see if we can convince him to get some of these tier 3s.
Why stop there, gods? Go tier 5.
Yep.
Go above and beyond, over 9,000 power level.
All right. What, in your expertise, are we going to see tier 5 items this game?
I hope so, because otherwise I'll wonder what I've been doing here.
So, you've been doing your job, Brian.
Sorry. I think we all know, like, we all just know it's inevitably going to happen eventually, and it's just like, we're just sitting here. The show must go on. When will it start?
And both teams afraid to lose these fights with Rapiers.
Yeah, we understand why they're at stalemate, but also it's like, just be like our pubs and be the guy that finally gives up his discipline of patience and just run down into a tower, feed, and the game ends.
Which player is it normally at this stage?
It's going to be Tanner.
Tanner, okay.
Yeah, he's a bully from high school. He's not patient. He sees his victims and he says, they have it coming.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of pubs, it's the supports who get restless because they're the ones sitting around doing nothing.
That is true.
So you'll see these supports dive. Oh, here we go. Take off.
He's
It's
dead.
the Mars. It's not the support. It's the offlaner this time.
Yeah, he was facing the wrong way.
Tidings from
Yeah, the supports will buy back because it's like 60 minutes. You got to contest a Roche, and then you get picked off again, and suddenly you're missing an ogre or something in late game. That's no bloodlust. That's no stun. That makes a difference.
Very much does, as TA did TP bottom though, so they are aware they can move out onto the map. They're gonna get this D ward. It looks like at least they're gonna try. They have the gem. Looks like
Ogre. Speaking of which, cookie away.
See that? Oh, Radiant Sentry on the right. I see. Both teams get the D ward. It is a really crucial hill, as the next 4th Aegis will be even more relevant because we have a Divine Rapier on Tanner, not only the Medusa, who is queuing up the Scotty, good against the range cores of TA, but does it really change that much? That's the question that we must ask ourselves, gods, as
I mean, there's going to be Aegis, there's going to be also the Refresher Shard, the Ags, another Ags, which doesn't sound too amazing considering the first Ags could only go to a Shaker.
He is ninja geared up on magical. What's stealth mission?
It's the TA Ags that you TP to your trap still?
Yes. And they made the channeling time less.
Oh, sounds amazing.
It is incredible.
What's the cooldown? Is it like super low or something?
So
you can like fly around the map?
It's not too long. I can see here. Acceptor. Cooldown's 30 seconds. Channeling time 1. It used to be 2 seconds, I think, for channel time. So now it's not that bad. 1 second's kind of reasonable.
The Hog speared into a wall after this kill. He's going to blade mail, and doesn't look like they were willing to commit too much more. They hold on the arena.
What?
He's backwards.
The Havoc Hammer as well. Roche is scouted out by the courier. This will die in about 4 seconds. 2, 3. Count really slow, please. 4. Nah, nailed it. Nailed it. As the Ags, do they take it on the Underlord? They do.
Oh, wow.
So now the damage is given to the rest of his team. I believe it is half. For half the values, yes. So it's only his temporary damage, though. So it's not the permanent. I was sad to find out about that. It is giving 19.5 damage to the entirety of the team. Oh, they 12 damage now.
Coming down here to catch him out, perhaps at this outpost.
He smoked, though. He has a ninja gear.
Magical, yeah. Nice little sneaky move as he's headed deep on the enemy side of the map. Where are you going,
Behind
Magical?
enemy lines. He has that radiant ward that helps him out here.
For the other outpost, they want these level 25s, they want these level 30s, and when you're smoked up, you don't get scouted when you take these outposts, so really...
It's going to expire, though.
Cheeky little play. Yep.
He's going to... Yeah, he's scared. He's scared. You can tell he's scared as all hell.
Yeah, but no one nearby, but yeah, he's being pinged.
Oh my god, he canceled on accident.
Yeah, I think he got scared, like you said. He's not going for it anymore. He's waiting to maybe see some... He smokes up again, so now we will go for it, I believe. But that's given it a chance to jump in the top lane. Echo Simon to catch 2. They've lost the Mars. They're likely going to lose the Snapfire as well. Force up away from Slayer with the cookie as well. Grandma!
It's too soon!
Get out of there!
Oh my god.
Okay, they've got buybacks now to multicast onto Hawk.
Wait, if you cast a Lotus Orb on a mid-multicast, the second cast hits the Ogre? That's cool. I'm learning about a lot of mechanics during this tournament. So, like, he already casted the stun, and the multicast, like, reapplies another stun. And
Rage was being hunted mid.
Yeah. Oh.
BKB TP. It's the TA bash thing needed for that one.
Yeah, he wasn't in range at all. But it looked really close, and Shaker was there.
How's Crystallize doing? What's his items? Second Rapier is queued up. A backup Rapier, perhaps, you know, late game. He may not hold it in his inventory, but if he dies and can have a backup rapier at base plus buyback, that could be a play for him.
The goal is that he feeds the rapier to TA and then kills the TA, gets 2 rapiers. So 3 rapiers in total.
Medusa, disarmed as well, is still A-okay here, holding onto a BKB, not being baited by this, although the Mars did get pressured into buying back. Looks like just the one buyback can be expended, but this is where, you know, you've got to be a little bit more cautious. That one buyback suddenly means Mars cannot afford to die. By the way, Ogre, look at his quick buy.
Don't tell me it's going to be Dagon. Oh, the good old 51-minute Midas.
He's got ideas about how this game's going.
He does.
He sees.
What I'm a bit disappointed is he gave that Philosopher's Stone all this time to that Snapfire. That was 36 minutes ago. 36 times 7. You want to do some quick maths for us, gods?
That's 680 gold.
36 times 70, gods? It's like 2,000 gold, gods.
I just heard you ask me to do math, and I was like, oh, look, I'm tired.
It's actually like 2,300 gold or so.
But someone else was getting the 2,000 gold, or was it just in base?
No, Snapfire had it, but this Ogre, the Midas, it's like compounding interest on that 2,300 gold as he actually puts the ninja gear. Come on, Ogre, man. Priorities, dude. Priorities. Invest in the future. Times are scarce, Ogre. Put it in your inventory.
So, I mean, looking at the numbers, this has gone from a 10 to a 20, now to a 35k gold lead. NIP just keep pulling further and further ahead, but, you know, Rapier Medusas, it's only a 74% win probability according to Dota Plus.
Thank you, Dota Plus. Thank you, Gaiman.
And, what do you see as, like, the outcome of the game? What's going to decide a game like this that's so wild and wonky?
One death on a core with no buyback, and the game's over. So maybe Mars is the crucial candidate going on right now.
Yep.
Other than that,
how do you make a situation like that happen, though, if you're NIP? Like, you just...
They haven't figured it out for the last 30 minutes. I don't know what's going to change next. It's maybe the 7th Aegis, I think, is their timing.
I mean, they've got an Aegis, and they're not even poking at the high ground.
I think the idea is they want Aegis and 4 cheeses. So they want 1 cheese on every hero and the Aegis. Yep. So they've got 2 of them so far. They have the Bristleback as well as the Underwood have a cheese. Oh my god, the Earthshaker has a cheese as well. All that's left is Peter to get that 4th cheese.
Wow. Tasty.
Indeed.
These guys could start a dairy.
These guys are lactose tolerant. They are all capable of ingesting and digesting that cheese.
Razor looking for a rapier of his own is smoking around the map. This ninja gear, very value item in a game like this when you need to get out.
It's super value.
And bypass wards.
The smoke's the best part about it.
Yeah.
The smoke. And the Aegis does expire.
He's going for the outpost.
Here goes round 5. No.
Oh, he's trying to snipe Couriers, I guess.
He's trying to farm, I think. Yeah, the new camp spawns.
Okay. Oh, well, they've got all their items, I guess. Yeah, he's looking for a courier, maybe? Might see it soon. Tanner, whoa.
He actually is going for a courier.
Soaring needs to get out, and there's going to be a TA with a melt back. Magical may just die here.
Worth.
He can go for BKB TPE, but Tanner, will he get here in time for the melt badge? Doesn't use the BKB.
He's fine.
Okay. Nothing to talk about here. He's going to live.
Whoa. Almost got out. I actually can't believe they managed to burst him in time. As Tanner actually TPs to the bottom lane onto his trap. That was actually kind of cool.
The Ags. With the shard. I mean, this TA is... Yeah. 6 slotted, 7 slotted, 8 slotted. Whatever how many slots you can imagine. Tanner's got it.
Why does it say cooldown of 30 and then have a icon for 15? 15?
For some pay to Brian. Don't ask questions, okay? You're not allowed to ask questions like that.
Sorry, I think they must have buffed it recently. I remember they did buff the cooldown and the channel time, so they must have buffed it to 15. And the tooltip, it's just trying to make you not buy the item because it's so broken.
A 15-second cooldown makes it sound actually semi-okay.
Yeah,
you can fly around the map.
It's the same blink.
Yeah, cooldown. You're just flying around the map to your traps. You have complete mobility. You're like a nature's prophet at that point. And he does have that blink still, looking for an initiation. Razor not buying back just yet. Oh yes, the Firestorm damage kicking in. They do have...
That's the play.
That's the level 25.
That is the play.
The building damage.
Let's do the now. 25% Firestorm damage. So it's 22 per wave, 6 waves. He's hitting the tower for 144 damage of Firestorm. The tower. It has 2,000 health, 144. That's like 16 Firestorms, 15 mayy.
They ran out of hair kits too.
15 Firestorms later, and they will be taken down. And range racks, that's unhealable damage. So once they start chipping out that range racks,
that's more. That's some. Yeah, they're getting this.
Oh, he has spell amp too.
Yeah, let's say that looked like a lot more than 144 damage.
8.2% spell amp. Wait, does it do max HP burn damage? Do towers get burned? Wait, rapier? What? What? I'm too busy looking at nothing happening for something to happen.
Navi,
can we get a replay of that, please?
We're trying to math some things here. Can you not kill
busy
heroes with rapier? Like
Tanner? Didn't I say Tanner was going to be the one that fed?
I mean,
I said that, right? That was all me. I predicted that.
Buyback. Look at his gold. He's got 10k gold to just buy another rapier. So if you're Navi, you've got to force his buyback, but to do so, you may put yourself in danger.
Let's be clear. That rapier drop put a 30% dent in their advantage here. They had 38k, and now it's 26k.
Yeah. Who picked it? Yeah.
The Razor has the rapier.
Razor. Okay, so Razor no longer needs to buy one. Can buy.
Deuce has got a second one. Is it going to be a backup or is it going in the inventory?
Oh,
Medusa's already got a moonshot on top of it.
Going back to base, it looks like.
Okay, backup rapier. Always good to have a savings fund. As the tier 1 tower mid is taken down by Crystallize. As he sieges, but the fort keeps it alive for another 7 seconds. Thanks for stealing my thunder there, gods.
Look, there's not much to get hyped about, you know?
Yeah, that was hype. Tier 1 tower down.
We didn't hype up the rapier being lost, but we're going to hype up the tier 1 tower.
Hey, you gotta make do with what you got and what you're paying attention to. As this is suddenly map control for Navi. As Tanner, he's the one getting bullied now. It's all come full circle. Karma, etc.
This Ogre is the late game for Navi.
It is. He's got the sheepstick queued up. I dig it. The Midas sheepstick Ogre. The 55-minute Midas into sheepstick Ogre. It's the new age. It's the dawn of the meta for Dota. As Slayer did get that last hit, by the way, so he had an extra 1,000 gold. He has an Ag Scepter of his own.
Nice.
I have to imagine Medusa does not want to get spat out. Who does want to get spat out? Ogre? Are we going to see a spit out into quadruple sheepstick from Ilias here? As he's now farming the bottom lane. He realizes
excited, Brian.
He's the real carry. What's up?
You've got me excited.
Yeah,
you come in,
they're excited.
Yeah, what can I get done with this smoke? Leading the way, Milan, not afraid of anything. We've got backup rapiers with all kinds of crazy stuff in play. And NIP maybe just getting a bit bored here and say, let's just go make a play. He shows himself with the solar. Yep.
People at home.
Oh, they're going for the high-level Firestorm onto tower plays. Chipping away at the tower. It looks like, yeah, it does do burn damage as well.
That actually is a lot more then.
It looks like it was doing like 300-ish.
Yeah, so it does the 24% match HP. So if the tower has 2,000, 24%, 480. So
divided by
that's
4, right? Because
what do you mean?
25%. Will the burn damage be 25%? I don't know.
So it's 120. Yeah, it should be 120 then.
Plus you said it was like 100.
So it should be like 260 with spell amp. Yeah.
Who gets this Ags? Bristle, let's go. AoE goose.
Most important thing about the Bristle Ags that people don't realize, really embracing the concept of the hero, is you no longer have to target your Q. So you can just go Q, W, Q, W, Q, W without having to actually target anything. Also, you can use it while you're not having an enemy around, which is actually a relevant change to the hero because he can get more stacks of his ult up.
Just gotta be careful. He picked up a Heart of Tarask here, and will this Roche, number 5, I want to say, be the Roche to end all Roches?
I said number 7.
Okay, so we got more time.
Tier 5 items are coming out in 15 seconds.
Okay.
15 seconds, guys. Let's go, Wish.
Okay, what would be tier 5 items? What are we looking for?
I want a Trident. That's probably the worst one.
He wants a Trident.
Fallen Sky.
Get the fuck out of here, Brian.
Fallen Sky. What else do we want? We want Pirate Hat. We want Ballista. Ballista would be nice, actually. I want to see a Medusa with a Ballista.
Yep.
I'm assuming it increases her split shot range, or does it not?
I assume so as well. Stygian Desolator, always a classic for those right clickers.
Fallen Sky from the Underlord.
Yes.
Does he take it? Or does he give it to the Earthshaker? Oh, the Book of the Dead. That's not that great versus Medusa.
Pretty bad. That sounds...
If they manage to sneak it into base, that's good. Fallen Sky is up on Underlord, so we're going to keep an eye out for that. Navi has eked their way out on the map with his ninja gear. The value.
They need some items
He's like, I got to hit some newts, baby.
Navi's like, we can't be versing tier 5s with our own tier 5s. Medusa's still with the tier 3 Titan Sliver, which is an amazing
There's no way that this post is more important than tier 5 items, Magical. I'm actually disappointed.
Yeah,
I'm actually serious. Force boots. I've actually never seen these. 40% movement speed. That's nice.
That's a lot of movement speed. You can maybe play without boots.
Dispel.
Yeah,
wait, they dispel. Wow, I didn't know they dispelled. Dispels you to put some Magical doing the jungling that we all need at 60 minutes into the game. As a fight going online.
And with the Will-O-Wisp, they're pulling them in here. Crystallize is holding the front lines here, trying to bring down the Will-O-Wisp. The more it's just blowing everybody up.
Their own copy of cheese.
Okay, that's Medusa BKB being used.
Magical's actually just farming during this time.
He's like, you guys are good, right? I'm getting items for us.
He's not getting any. Yeah, he's not getting any. Kill the satyrs. That's value. Twice as many creeps.
To the Ancients or anything?
Oh, the Apex. Razor.
Let's go.
How can you just be farming neutrals and team out before you finish them? I'm actually insanely disappointed in him right now.
I like how they're just giving up the racks to farm tier 5.
Dude, they're so important.
I mean, these racks literally mean nothing at this point. Whoa, the spit! They throw in the Mars, but he instantly gets Blink Meltdown, and they're going to lose
Mom!
Mom, I didn't want to fight! What's going on? Medusa's going to mad out of this one, being disarmed. Crystallize just can't right-click here. Another Will-O-Wisp coming in. PPD with her refreshes. Locking him right in place. Crystallize is going down.
Rapier down.
Rapier the Fallen Sky! Catches up 3! There, followed up with the turn. Medusa buys back, has a backup Rapier. The player on the Underlord steals the Rapier. Medusa, there we go. Still right-clicking busy. Blizzy just looking at the hell out. Take the racks. And, oh no, he canceled! Oh, they still want to fight. The Hawk on the front lines on the Bristleback doing some good damage here. Blizzy, they're melting to the Medusa Rapier. And this one, Magical on the front lines with a Rapier of his own. He's life stealing as well. The TA loses the Aegis here. And oh no, they've lost Bristle. Is it a throw? They blink out. Tanner gets the hell out of there. Milan gets the hell out of there. PPD.
Ogre down, carry down.
Okay, no Ogre.
Wait, he has a Seer Stone on Ogre.
Oh, what's that one do?
The cast range vision bonus. Woodland Striders, that's actually my favorite.
50 cast.
Who are they giving that to?
I mean, it's a lot of movement speed, I guess.
It also plants trees. I don't know why you're talking about the movement speed.
Dude,
give it to the Bristle.
Does this have any competitive implication?
50% movement speed's a shit ton.
The trees.
60 HP regen. 60 HP regen.
But the trees, what will they do?
Yes, the trees.
Can you circle the Medusa?
You can stay in the trees at all times.
Okay.
Thank you for flashing to us real quick, making sure we're not picking our nose or anything.
We gotta replay this lot. This is the first replay we've had in like 40 minutes, by the way.
We were busy looking at neutral items when this broke out, and Magical was busy picking them up.
No fights. Nice blink, double Echo Slam, double Will-O-Wisp.
The Fallen Sky is the hype for sure.
Yes.
That's what we've been waiting for. That's why we're here. That's what these 62 minutes have built up to.
Blizzy's like, get us out, and then he's like, wait a second. Let's cancel the Duber.
Book of the Dead.
I didn't even notice the Book of the Dead. I guess it did some damage.
It killed the racks. It literally killed the racks, the Book of the Dead itself.
Yeah, and Crystallize just a beast on the front lines. It was Medusa with the Apex, I believe.
Is he? Yes, 75 agility. Not bad. 75 attack speed, 75 damage, and like 11 armor too.
Mirror shield now. Reza has him.
Oh, the mirror shield. What does that do though?
It's like a.
I'm saying this game specifically. Oh. I guess the Abyssal. The Mana Leak.
Great, actually.
The 52,000 net worth lead for the NIP squad.
I mean, they stole a Rapier, so that's really the.
How much of this lead is in Rapiers and consumed Ag Scepters? Yeah. So on TA, that's 12,000. We have 18,000 from the Underlord. We have another 12,000 from Earthshaker, so 30,000, and then 36,000 from Bristleback. So 2/3 of this net worth lead is from consumed Ag Scepters and Rapiers.
Okay.
A little bit misleading.
The Navi still seem bottled up in their base, though, is the problem, and NIP doing a great job of just controlling the map.
Mars does level 25.
Oh, the mirror shield on the Abyssal.
That's what I said. That's the one thing I predicted right the entire day.
Milan charging in, gets a vision. There's no fight. They're going to lose the Shaker, though. He has to start the fight, perhaps. He's going to get the combo as well. Nine Patcher just destroying the fight. Magical charging in. These kisses just raining down.
I don't get it. The positioning from Earthshaker not playing around the Fallen Sky.
Yep. Wasn't ready for that one. Pasha finally got us a perfect range. They're going to buy back the support. Magical on the front lines. They're going to instantly delete Tanner. He buys back immediately. They're trying to fight this one. He can TP to those traps of his so he can get back to this fight quickly.
Oh, that is true.
NIP, you just use 3 buybacks and
23,000 net worth advantage suddenly.
Yeah.
I want to see that grab.
They lost rapiers, I guess. Yeah, that's a bit of a drop. But TA has backup rapiers. Who picked up some rapiers? That's the other question. Looks like double rapier on Medusa.
This game's
So we got 4 rapiers? Is that all that's accounted for? Is there any...
Is there any way we can get more tier 5 items? Like, can we just ask them to inject more into this game? As he actually has an illusionist cape on Blizzy that he's swapping out with that Fallen Sky.
I mean, it's always decent just to try and scout some stuff out.
The stats on Fallen Sky are actually insane. 20 strain, 20 int, 15 HP, and 10 mana regen.
Okay.
That's pretty nice. It's like a Meteor Hammer on steroids. And Book of the Dead on Earthshaker. It's actually going to help him farm, but for what, they ask? And the answer is, I really don't know, guys. Yeah, I mean, please do not ask me.
He's still got the Quickening Charm, which I imagine he will slot in during a team fight, if anything.
I don't know. Book of the Dead. Look at this Book of the Dead. Look at it. Yeah. How much do they feed? Do they feed 150 or 2? Yeah, they feed 150. Okay, so they actually surprisingly adjusted those numbers to the Necrobook numbers, which is they can't even adjust the tooltip on TA, so that's a step in the right direction. Sorry, kid. Please don't fire me. Bottom lane. Pasha does use a Fallen Sky.
He's doing the trees.
That's the meta. I'm just watching Mars clear waves with Fallen Sky active.
Can you like circle the Medusa with trees, and then she just... I mean, I guess she still is visual.
I'm actually upset we didn't get a freaking Ballista Medusa. That's kind of disappointing to me. I don't know about anybody else here, but I definitely wanted to see that.
I feel like viewers and casters should get to like influence which...
Yeah, there should be a vote at like the 58 minute mark. Yeah. That should definitely be a thing.
Yeah.
And then like the team that has more fans will get the items they want. The other team can have a pirate hat. 3 rapiers? No, Moonshard. He has a Moonshard. Oh, he gave a Moonshard to Razor. Okay. That's where we've arrived at now.
I feel like buying like a backpack refresh would be nice. Nice Will-O-Wisp. They're going to Abyssal Ogre. It usually gets deleted, as does the Snapfire. Medusa just being dissed out by the Fallen
Sky.
Oh, he's locking him in place.
That's not a tanky hero.
He's getting deleted. He gets the cheese off just in time to stay alive for a little bit longer. Crystallize can't keep up with him, and Blizzy's going to get the hell out of there. They've lost Cuddle, and Cuddle does not have buyback for Navi with a numbers advantage. The Hawk is just melting. 1 or 2 more right clicks will finish him
he
off.
Wants the mana.
Yes, from downtown. Oh.
The Sky, no, he's BKB'd.
Oh no, Pasha, he's looking for a spear. He can't find his spear. Oh no, he may pay for the pies for this Rose Thunder. Get off even the buyback. Crystallize now being chased down as well. He's going to try to turn and fight, but he's going to be careful.
How do you kill this Dusa, man?
Yeah. Oh, that may be tested.
He has all of his talents too. He's got level 30. Oh. So he actually gets more mana from his Mystic Stick now, and he gets the 1,000 mana. Holy shit. This Medusa.
And Rose number 6. So this is the second last.
Is it 6 or 7? Because I said 7.
I believe it's 6.
It's probably 6 based on the timer in the game.
Yeah.
And Acceptor, there's only one left, I think. Who's left? Is it Coddle?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think Coddle's the only one without a consumed Acceptor. Yes, so they will give the... Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, so did they all get Ags for free? If so, that means that's the 7th Roche.
I believe TA bought her own axe because she had so much gold.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So she bought the synth herself.
I see.
Not sure on that. A lot of crazy stuff happening here.
No Deso 2 for TA. That's kind of sad. No Ballista, no Pirate Hats.
BB level 30. Let's go.
That's a lot of talents. Let's see what he's got. He got 20 movement speed. He got some max goose stacks with that Acceptor he's got. He's got the Quill Stack damage. He even got himself some Spell Lifesteal. That's not bad. The 20 movement speed value with the 50% from Woodland Striders. He is basically hasted at all times.
Well, some buybacks were used, and then the game has settled back down again. Razor's level 30 coming up. That's a pretty nice one, since Razor does have some value talents missed out on.
When did they lose another lane of Rax? Like, did they get like Book of the Dead during that fight?
What, the mid-Rax?
This range Rax top.
Maybe book of the firestorm on building damage, you know?
Dude, it's actually adding up at this point. Underlord's got an illusionist cape, and then they're using the Book of the Dead.
He's playing right there.
Oh, you also de-ward with that, actually. That's pretty cool.
Oh, the Book of the Dead. Yeah. They just left the gem on the bounty rune.
Those things are broken, actually. Look at that. Entire wave, free farm, 107 gold per range creep. I've never seen that before.
Yep. And then you feed 600 gold, though.
To a Medusa with 50,000 net worth.
That's the thing. I feed 600 gold. Who cares?
At what point are we going to give Ogre a moon shard? That's my real question. He does have a 350 cast range Seer Stone. Honestly, worth considering in Ether Lens. He could probably sheepstick people from across the map at that stage.
I like it.
Timeless Relic on Slayer.
I mean, if he gets like a refresher shot or something, you know, have like a double sheepstick fire blast, that sounds pretty insane.
Whew, okay.
All right. Who's winning this game, Brian? Where are your GG bets going?
I feel like it's a coin flip. I'm going to go with heads for Navi, but that's only because I said them at the start. But the whole Mirror Shield Flare Abyssal, that's the only thing I've said right.
Okay.
So I wouldn't follow my lead, guys.
Well, many a hero seeing on 40k, 50k plus net worth, and we're entering the bizarre late game. I feel like this has been my first treat to like 70+ minute Dota where there's this many Ags, Roches, and tier 5 items.
I've only seen this one other time, and that was at the We Play Minor, and that was a pretty hype game where the team that was up by 40k ended up losing. So, based on statistical analysis, I will say NIP, with that reasoning, should lose this game.
Okay.
But the sample size may be a bit limited to be accurate.
Well, I don't know. That sounded like you were dishing out some good stats there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somebody's got to fill in for Nahaz here.
Yep. I'm sure he'd... What's the buyback status like for some of these heroes here? So most of the key heroes about to all have their buybacks. 40 seconds from now, we're going to be back in that stage where like everyone is buyback in the game, except for a couple Radiant supports, which could be impactful. That's where Ogre and good old Snapfire have to be very, very careful.
I just think Navi's natural scaling with his Ogre here is just the Midas value. It's now kicking in for like 17 minutes now. We got this at 55 minutes.
And if Carl bought Midas, you know, it might have evened it out a bit, but...
True. PPD really doesn't understand the 70-minute meta.
No. So, do viewers have time to go? Is bathroom break time now? Is get your snacks and drinks?
That's my question for you. You can't just turn it back on me like this. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
If I tell them they can go and then a fight breaks out, they miss it. That will all fall on my shoulders, gods.
Look, okay, I'll give you the answer. You're fine. Brian said this game ends at roach number 7, so
okay, that is true.
Based on what Brian said, you're fine.
I did say that.
So
actually,
if I'm wrong, you blame Brian anyways. So
I can't really go back on the prediction I made earlier. So
roach number 7. So
Apex Medusa, 75 agility.
Trees. Is he drawing pictures? Draw us a picture, my friend.
He's gonna freaking die now. Oh, the fallen sky! Into the tree!
Oh, he's still alive. He's barely living to hack. He needs to get out. It would be the most embarrassing death of his life.
Meanwhile, the fallen sky, as well as the...
Oh, they catch up. Over here, they got to be careful. Ogre does not have buyback.
My man, Ogre.
That is not a death you're happy about if you're Navi. Without the Bloodlust now, without the Hex, this game gets a whole lot harder.
Oh my god, that Medusa attacks so fast with Bloodlust Solar Crest. But the Bloodlust is going to expire, and he's dead for 115 seconds. Oh. Your Bloodlust bot is dead.
Well, Medusa getting jumped here in the mid lane. Then buybacks the cookie, but he's crystallized. He just heals up back to full, deletes him with a double kill, a double rapier, too much damage. Bristle's just going to try his way out of there as TA insta-buys back.
Bonus physical damage of 50%. He hits for 1,250 with 3 rapiers. So he effectively hits for 1,800 damage with no crit now because he dropped the Daedalus. Anytime he gets you in the Stone Gaze, he hits for 1,800, gods.
That's a big number.
That is true.
That's like one of those numbers in Dota. Like people always say, like, you know, when it comes to like money, like, oh, you just don't understand. Like billionaires, like there's people with lots of money, but that's like an incomprehensible amount of money. 800 damage to me, that's like an incomprehensible amount of damage.
I don't know, man. It's like 4 numbers. I feel like that's comprehensible. I didn't notice that.
Fly!
Let the boy fly! Dream big, Ogre. Dream big, buddy.
Well,
don't ever let somebody tell you can't fly just because you're an ogre.
Yeah.
You can be a bird if you want to, buddy.
These Striders, I'm so glad we're getting to see the Striders. It has definitely been the highlight of these tier 5 items.
I think the Fallen Skies have been pretty hyped too.
For as far as actual
derpiness,
helping out the team. But the Striders, I don't know if they've actually contributed per se.
That's true.
He's got the Aeon Disc now, ready to assemble should he get speared up, for example. Pasha sneaking around the mid lane and he's just making a wall of trees. He's like the creeps you shot past. Dahak, you got to be careful. I think they've seen the Lotus Orb. He pops it on himself.
I just realized that you can walk through trees with Woodland Striders. That's pretty hype, actually.
Okay. It's like create this invisible wall. You don't know what's on the other side.
Yeah, so you can walk through your own trees, but you can also be speared to them. That seems odd.
The enemy can also walk through them?
No, just it's part of the boots itself. It's a passive.
So your teammates cannot?
Yeah, you become a tree, like a treant.
Can you walk through other trees?
Yeah, all trees. Okay. All trees on the map. It's like a treant passive that doesn't give you invis.
Wow. Removes movement speed. Okay, there we go. Good old tier 5 item. So magical with a refresher. I think this is definitely where you want to have like a backpack refresher. If you're Medusa, you use your ultimate, you may just want to refresh it in base. And yeah, she does that. So
those Woodland Striders are so dumb.
Medusa, if she dies, will drop 3 rapiers. Has items to slot in, but I almost feel like you want to get that 4th and 5th rapier ready for backup use.
Is that really the meta?
I don't know. I'm not
How much experience do you have in this field of expertise, gods?
Look, I've had a 3 rapier game. I don't think I've ever had more than 3 rapiers on a hero before. So I have limited experience. I've never gotten to the stage of having that 4th and 5th backup rapier.
When does it end, gods? When will...
Yeah. My most memorable rapier game was actually Navi back in 2014, MLG Columbus. Havas Gyrocopter. Buying, I think he bought like 3 rapiers in this one game. And they made a huge comeback. Beat DK. Probably before your time. I'm just telling boomer stories. Fallen Sky with Aeon Disc. He assembles it, but he's still going to be caught inside the arena. The Spitfire just globbing everybody into
his backpack. BKB was in his backpack, so he could not get out of the arena.
Ooh. He prioritized the Aeon Disc, perhaps mistakenly so. Night Pasha getting very low here. They're going to buy back the Bristle. It's a 17k gold lead, and Mars actually just goes down. Dies to a Comma Blast, I believe.
This might be the most valued Ghost Hunter game in the history.
Oh, nice fissure. Blink, Echo Slam. The follow-up, there's going to be a Fallen Sky as well to stun everyone up, but Medusa gets off the BKB. Going to right-click down the Underlord. Good start to the fight. Crystallize just tearing them apart. I mean, ping-ponged around a little bit.
He has a refresher in his backpack, but not really any mana to cast it. He could TP base, refresher, and then come back with a TP.
Ooh, blink in. Pass shot. Doesn't have buyback, but he's risking his life for this one. Goes on PPD, who has an Aeon Disc himself. Next up, Medusa gets forced up now away. A game of ping-pong here. Turn, look to fight, gets disarmed though. The Hawk doing a good job of kiting as Crystallize to pull back. Both teams very cautiously here in the Rat top lane. Earthshaker's going in, going to get Mega Creeps, but elsewhere they're going to lose Cole. That's the Book of the Dead. Back in the main fight here, Crystallize just being kited around. Does look like Razor manages to address the problem by TPing back here. Okay, we settle down again. Back to the grass. 7th Roach coming soon.
I predicted it.
Radiant needs some Ags, right? Like Ogre needs an Ags.
It's his next stun.
Medusa Ags? What's Medusa's Ags?
It's the snake turns them to stone for a second.
That sounds pretty good. The more targets it hits, you do bonus damage when there's...
it's not bonus damage, it's bonus stun duration.
Okay.
per bounce. So if it happens to be like the 5th bounce, that's like 2.5 seconds stun.
Yeah.
That also amps your physical damage by 50%.
That's what I mean by the bonus damage. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Yes.
But I guess as Medusa, you generally don't want to waste time.
Yeah, that could have been 3 right clicks.
Yeah, you attack so fast that casting sake.
Wait, they just sniped the Aegis on the NIP side.
Okay, Tanner's got himself an Aegis.
That was lame. I thought there was going to be like some contest of this Roche, and you were talking about, what do they do with the spare axe?
Can you deny it? I don't think you can deny it, right?
It's an alpha move for sure.
I don't know if it lets you. You legitimately do, right? If you're dire, you
deny it for sure, yeah.
You don't need it. You don't want this ogre or someone getting it.
If you can't deny it, the Navi should be aware that they had capped out on Ag Scepters, so they should look to smoke into the base to pick up that Ags.
They still have the ninja gear to do so.
They do.
Need it.
True.
Ninja gear into the path.
You have to embrace the chaos. Get real creative. This inventory from Crystallize is a thing of beauty, for sure.
There was that any Dota game where the team bought a bunch of Helm of the Dominators and just dominated an entire army and had them all in the base.
Yeah, back when Dominators... Oh, that was actually my team, you realize.
Oh, you were in that game?
Yes, what happened was we had like 40 to 50 mega creeps in our base.
Yeah, defending, right?
Yes. No, like our fountain that we were saving them up.
Okay.
And because you could just buy new Helm Doms, I think is what it was.
Yeah, each Helm Dom could dominate one creep.
And Ritsu on Naga Siren smoked into our base and sang our founding below our Helm Doms.
They're losing heroes on the Navi side. Both supports get picked off. Both supports have buyback. NIP don't do anything too special to find those kills. It was just stragglers getting caught out.
I miss those days. The days of random shenanigans that should have been patched out of the game long ago, but were not.
I remember the sleep and killing all the Helm creeps.
Yeah,
and it was just like the end of the game.
Demoralizing moment I've definitely had worse. Actually, never mind. Feels bad, man. As Razor he's swapping out the ninja gear and the timeless, or excuse me, the mirror shield.
Last Rex here. I mean, it's Mega Creeps doesn't feel like it ends the game by any means whatsoever.
That's a negative attitude. And once again, they literally win the game.
No, I want this game to keep on going, you know?
Want to set records?
What is the record? Was that Scary Faces game, right? It was 3 hours plus.
Are we going for it? Marathon? This is a marathon, not a sprint, guys.
Look, man, I didn't get much sleep last night, but this game is waking me up, I tell you that.
Really?
What time we're at 12 p.m. This is like we finished it in time on some of the other days, and we still have a full another series.
I'll say that I am interested to see how this game plays out. I really do think it's just going to come down to one person dying in some really stupid manner, and it's going to end the game. But I'm ready for it.
Okay. I'm here on this journey with you, as are all the viewers out there. Big thanks everyone tuning into some eventful Dota. That is definitely... This has definitely been... I've been very entertained by this game. The first 30, 40 minutes, a little bit slow, but once Tier 5 items came into play and Rapiers came into play, I should say, big entertainment. Medusa, by the way, 22,000 gold, I believe.
That's a record for me. I've never seen that much.
Yeah, there used to be a Mushi thing where we'd always joke because he would just stock gold and he'd literally get to 10k gold when he had like 3 items on his hero, and you're like, why aren't you spending your gold? But 20k. This is a new club.
Yeah, they've really adapted to the Underlords rules into the Dota meta. If you hold a specific amount of gold, but at every 5-minute interval, you just get more gold.
Yep.
It's interest.
New record SAP Templar Assassin. Last hits 1181. Last hits at.
And we've only just begun, guys. 1200 actually. They aren't even updating with the current time. So
sorry, Palantimos, you've been overtaken.
Yep.
Okay, so we're waiting for buybacks, it looks like, as both teams' supports and some of their cores, Underlord missing buyback, Mars missing buyback, offlaners are missing buyback by the looks of things.
Is it really not going to be worth buying an Ags on Medusa? It's like how much does his buyback actually cost? His buyback cost is 6,350.
You still got the stats for it, right?
You do not get stats for
the synth? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they removed that back when... I think there was like one patch that you still got the stats, and then they removed it, realizing it might be bit too strong to give somebody that for free.
I mean, at least, I mean, you asked the question, when does Ogre get his Moonshard? I'd say now, you know? That couple extra right clicks could be the difference.
I think you time the Moonshard with his level 30 power spike, because that's when he gets the 90 damage talent.
Okay.
Or 100 damage, actually.
And by then the Midas may have kicked and he might have like Missile Blade or something.
Yes, true.
He's likely to pick up some rapiers in these fights. There's a lot of rapiers going around.
And he's got Bloodlust attack speed. He's got plus 60 for himself as well as his teammates. 120 and 150 for himself. So once he hits that level 30 timing, this Ogre, with that 2.5 int gain as well, he'll have 7.5 more int, so that's like 165 damage. 265 damage on right click. With that Midas attack speed as well as the Bloodlust, it really adds up at this point, and any little bit counts. I'm just going to stop bullshitting because I can't believe I'm still talking.
He's got 157 damage. You're talking about 1,800 damage on the Medusa. Poor Ogre.
To like 10 targets.
Yeah. I feel like I've run out of stuff, run out of content here. I'm sorry. Can we wrap it up? Guys, team,
NIP, allowed us to bullshit long enough.
No.
Double Rapier Abyssal on to the TA as well. So he's got Meld Badge, he's got Abyssal, he's got Woodlands, he's got Force Boots. I actually haven't been watching him at all. I need to check this out.
Have we still got the Striders on Bristle?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, good. That's
the important thing. Oh, the Force Boots up the hill. That's cool.
Here going Navi outside the base. The Hawk is nearby.
They are on the move.
Oh, Crystallize is being kited. He's so slow.
127.
Yep. No boots. Yeah, he's relying on the old Snapfire. He's like, you toss me around, you play with me, swallow me up, spit me out, move me around, do what you gotta do.
What are you talking about again?
I'm talking about Snapfire being the mobility of the Medusa.
I misunderstood you what you were saying.
It's gobble up. This spell is called gobble up, right?
I understand.
He's gobbling him up, he's spitting him out.
I may have been going the wrong direction with what I thought you were talking about there, Gods.
Okay. This is Valve official Dota 2 terminology.
True.
And yeah, this game's getting wonky. We're seeing, we got a few more level 30s, it looked like.
Razor's got his. He's got the Eye of the Storm passive damage. He's got the Eye of the Storm strike interval. He needs an axe, actually. Medusa has to be worth buying an axe for Razor. It makes it double target. Like, it's pretty good. You have 25,000 gold. 26,000, excuse me. How dare I ever sell him short? How much are range creeps giving for the dire side?
Can you buy the axe for
117 gold.
Can you actually buy them?
Oh, wait, no, you can't.
Yeah. Okay. You can buy just the Moonshards for your teammates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm losing my mind now.
This is where your mechanics get truly tested.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see. For 3 hours is the record, by the way. What are the odds we reach 3 hours? We're not even halfway there.
We're going for it, guys.
Just so you're aware. If someone told you right now that this game goes for twice the length of what we're already in, thoughts?
I have no clear mind on that one.
Okay, they're going to blink PPD with an Andis. Going to keep himself alive a little bit longer. Medusa's already committed the Stone Gates for this one. They're not really getting anyone, and they're just keeping him away with the kisses. Grandma, get back to safety. Multi's being used on several heroes, and you can imagine Navi want out. They're still missing a buyback on Snapfire.
True.
Underwood somehow doesn't have gold for buyback at this stage. I'm not sure what that one's about. Get that 400 gold.
He needs more CS. 534 is not enough at 88 minutes into the game. What is TA at? 1,311.
They're actually trying to use this tree wall with the observer on the cliff. This is their tactics. As far as tactics go, NIP are still thinking. The brain, the wheels, the cogs, they're turning.
Medusa has bought 2 more backup rapiers.
These are this is the 4th and 5th backup rapier I was telling you about, Brian.
This is true.
He's theory crafted. He knows. This is not a 5 rapier.
It's just like my 4th and 5th
that Curry almost died.
He now has 4th and 5th rapier.
He almost lost them. His Curry's got 80 health. As Medusa's going to get pulled back in by the Will-O-Wisp. Are they going to go in here with this side that... Oh, pull stuff out. Gobble up, spit out, but now... Oh, Snapfire could be in some trouble. Gets kind of left alone, but Magical going to charge him with a static link. Going to get the lat shot. Back in the base, Blizzy. Whew, TP out, saves Tanner. It looked like Tanner was actually in a bit of trouble there as Dahak zooming around with those Striders. And wow, Coddle's level 30. That's not something you see every day.
He's got some extra blinding or Will-O-Wisp flickers. We've got some more Chakra Magic and Will-O-Wisp. I don't know which one he took. He's got all the stuff. A lot of damage and healing and stuff.
Yeah, he's got the extra health, the extra AoE, and the extra flicker on the Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah, it's all the ability buffs for him.
Yeah.
He's got some very customized talents. I wish every hero had that instead of like 14 agility or something.
Yeah. When you get something like that at your level 30, you're just like, well, this didn't change much. And oh, the heck? Making trees. Seeing what he can do. He's very fast.
Oh my god, is this going to be the first Roche taken by Navi?
This is Roche number 8. We have surpassed Roche number 7.
Number 7.
Throne. Radiant Throne is being targeted, but it's being defended at the same time. Maz is there with the arena keeping them away.
Underlord.
They're going to charge him Milan. The Earthshaker, he just jumps in with the totem. Maz immediately fights back. He's trying to defend this one. They're trying to focus the tier 4 towers. Blizzy just looking to get the hell out of there. Is there anything to stun him up? He actually TP'd his BKB, I think, wore off.
Yeah, but he didn't have sheep. He didn't have sheep.
There was nothing to cancel it. Crystallized forced to Stone Gaze, and now just jumping out.
The Mortimer's kisses!
Uh-oh.
The kisses of Mama! That rain down upon the cooties have been spread, and he
and Daigon, don't worry. Orders restored.
Cheese denied. I saw that.
He took the Aegis. So it seems like the plan now for NIP is prioritize the throne a bit more.
Yeah, tier 4 is at 39 health. BKB, that's unhealable damage.
BKB your way through and just maybe focus the throne. I definitely feel like NIP have the edge because of
the exposed throne.
Exposed throne, yeah.
I don't know. That Medusa is going to kill that base in like 2 seconds. At what point can a team just ignore backdoor and just, I guess the Underlord, they need a Helm of the Dominator actually.
To TP creeps too.
Or they can Boots of Travel 2 on top of their TA while he channels to that trap in the base.
I dig it.
I'm actually down. That's actually legit theory crafting going on. Ogre goes for the 91-minute Shadow Blade. I don't even think I should ever have to say 91-minute anything.
I mean, it's kind of the point of the game where not many people have detection left.
Yeah, only Slayer has it. So a lot of, like, honestly, Shadow Blade goes up in value as slots are filled.
Yep. So, a couple of buybacks missing. Razor's surprisingly due to gold, it looks like. He's 5k gold and not enough money for buyback. That's pretty hilarious. His buyback cost is 5,300. And Snapfire also lacking the gold for buyback. Navi playing on the edge of it. I'm still waiting for the tree drawings from.
That was the flying V right there.
The flying V, yep.
The value on that Midas is insane in the membrane.
I'm gonna cuddle with the Boots of Travel level 2. You mentioned this maybe being the strat, or he's just got too much gold to play around as well.
It's actually the strat.
Has a Dagon 5. He's, you know, thinking back to those old EG days at TI, where they bought Dagons.
The mass Dagons.
Yep.
You all Dagon them and Dagon. Okay, the puns have already come out in full force.
Like, the second I heard that, I just couldn't hold it. That was so bad.
Yeah,
and I knew it was coming too.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta be reliant. Like, you gotta condition people. Yep. You know, you gotta make them expect it. And then eventually I'll let you down by not saying it. He's
got the Necrobooks. I can teach
Here it is! Here it is!
The Underlord, he's gonna They're gonna go straight for the throne. It's gonna be lack of protection. Navi have been defeated. They made it look so easy.